Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to focus on our lower body, opening up the hips, relieving the quads. So go ahead and grab 2 blocks for practice today, maybe a strap or a blanket if that's something else that you would like to support you. And let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start today in Vajrasana, lightning bolt on our knees. You can go ahead and sit on a block if you'd like, just setting it in between your feet underneath you, just to bring the earth a little bit higher up if that feels better for you. We're going to find a gentle twist here. Send your right hand to your left knee and send your left hand back behind you, pressing your left hand at your sacrum so your fingers point down towards the earth. And rather than leaning back super far, leaning far forward, try to stack your shoulders right above your hips. Take a deep inhale, find some length in your spine. And exhale, twist over towards the left side. And I invite you here in the twist, close your eyes. The reason I do so is that when we find our twists, sometimes it's really easy to take the gaze, take the neck into the twist, which isn't necessarily what the focus is. Focus is the twist of that side body. Take another deep breath in. And exhale, slowly unwind. Switch sides. Send your left hand to your right knee. Right hand back behind you. Right fingertips point down towards the floor. Inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, twist over towards the right side. Each inhale, find a little bit more length in your spine. Each exhale, find just a little bit deeper of a twist. Maybe feeling the right obliques activate a little bit. Feel that nice ringing out of your side body. Take another deep breath in. And exhale, slowly unwind. Go ahead. I'm going to bring my blocks with me just to the front of my mat. You can have them ready for you as well. I'm going to come into a downward facing dog. So tuck your toes, send your hips up, and place your palms on your mat. Maybe you take your dog for a little walk. Maybe you find stillness. I like to kind of, let the practice develop, be what it needs to be. Sometimes stillness feels good. My calves are pretty tight right now, so this gentle pedal of one leg and then the other feels really good. Really focusing on sending my tailbone up to the sky. Like my thighs are going to press on to the ceiling above me, allowing my head to be heavy in between my biceps. Inhale, slowly come to stillness and reach your right leg up to the sky. Square your hips off, point your right toes down towards the floor first. So maybe the right leg doesn't get as high as you think it needs to be. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, now stack your hip on top of your left hip. Bend your right knee and find some nice big circles of your right leg going one way. And take the circle the other way. Maybe some cricks and cracks. And inhale, straighten your right leg long, square your hips off, take your gaze forward, inhale. Exhale, bring your knee in towards your chest and step your foot in between your palms. Drop your back knee, untuck your toes. We find our low crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. You can bring blocks here, hands can be at the thighs, or you can reach your arms up above you. Hands can even be at heart center if that feels good for you as well. Take your gaze right out in front of you, a little bit up, allowing the hips to sink a little bit deeper in space. Take another deep inhale. Exhale, begin to bend your left leg and grab your left foot with your left hand. Maybe the right hand wraps around and grabs it. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, shine your chest towards the side of the room. And then inhale, slowly press your hips a little bit more forward, squeezing the heel a bit closer towards your glute. So you're not directly on top of your knee. It's more of like just the very top of the knee, heading towards the quad. You can always double fold your mat here, use a blanket underneath your knee for a little bit of support. Allow the hips to be just a little bit heavier. One more deep breath in. And exhale, slowly release your foot. Plant your hands down. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee. Step your right leg back, downward facing dog. Maybe you find another pedal here. Maybe you just find stillness. Just notice how the sides of the body feel maybe a little bit different right now. Inhale, reach your right leg up. You find your three-leg dog. Wrap your left hip down. Left toes point down towards the floor. Deep breath in. Exhale, stack your left hip on top of your right. Bend your left knee and find some nice big circles of your left hip going one way. And then take the circle the other way. Be noticing how the sides of the body differ. Inhale, straighten your left leg long. Wrap your left hip down. Inhale, take your gaze forward. Exhale, bring your knee in towards your chest and send your foot in between your palms. Drop your back knee, untuck your toes, reach your arms up. We find our low crescent lunge. Trying to make sure my mic doesn't get knocked too many times. Allow the hips to drop forward in space. Release the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, begin to bend your right knee. Wrap your right hand around your right foot. Then maybe the left hand wraps around the foot as well. You can press your hips up so you're almost in this 90-degree position with your knees. And once you find that wrap, squeeze the shoulder blades together and then press the hips forward in space. Balance might be a little bit wobbly. Just find your body. Engage your core by kind of the wrap in of your side body. Kind of like you're wearing a corset. Send the belly button towards the spine. Shine your chest forward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, you stay. One more. Inhale. Sink a little bit lower. And exhale, slowly release your foot. Plant your palms down. Tuck your back toe. Step your left foot back. You find your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. When you arrive, press firmly into your palms. Send your chest away from the earth. And exhale. One more deep breath in. Send the thighs up to the ceiling. See how that changes the sensation in your body. And exhale, slowly lower your knees back down in space. We're going to find Supta Virasana, our reclined hero pose. So when we started, our feet were together and we were sitting on our heels. Now your heels are going to be out to the side. Your knees stay together, but kind of like you're creating this little space for your butt to kind of place in between. And maybe the butt reaches the floor. Maybe it doesn't, depending on how open or tight your quads are. And if this is still too much, which sometimes it is for me, you're going to sit on your block, creating just like a little bit more space, a little bit more lift from the earth. And we can rock it here. Maybe you're like, this is plenty. I don't need to go any further. Listen to your body. Listen to what it is that it needs right now. If you would like to take this a little bit further, with or without the block underneath your seat, if you want a little bit of support, I do suggest the blocks just to bring the earth a little bit closer. You can even set up that second block long back behind you. Begin to walk your hands back in space. Maybe we pause here, wrap the shoulders back, shine the chest forward. Chin can stay tucked towards the chest. Maybe the head drops back in space. That feels good. Maybe you stay here for a few breaths as the quads slowly begin to open and release. And then with maintaining the press of your knees together in space, maybe you begin to walk your arms back a little bit further, landing on your shoulders, landing on your elbows. Maybe the head drops back here. And maybe if you have nice open quads, maybe you're able to lay your whole back down on the mat. Again, take it to your edge and learn and become familiar between the difference between maybe discomfort and pain. If this hurts your knees, hurts your lower back, just take a step back, take it to the place where it doesn't hurt. But acknowledge maybe if it's just uncomfortable, and know that sometimes we need to feel a little bit uncomfortable to grow. Take another deep breath into your center. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Wherever you landed, begin to slowly press your body back up, stacking your shoulders over your hips. Pause for just a moment. Deep breath in. And exhale. Bring your knees nice and wide. You can send your blocks off to the side. Bring your big toes to touch. Send your hips back in space. We find our child's pose. Allow your head to be heavy. Allow the belly to be heavy. Maybe feel the sinking of your hips back in space. Maybe find a gentle rock of your forehead side to side. Take another deep breath into your center. And exhale. Slowly walk your hands back towards your body. Come to bring your knees back together as we find Vajrasana, our seated pose on our knees to end our practice here today. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself, showing up for your practice. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra, prayer position, and bow your head to gratitude. Thank you, everyone.